When somebody's being fit for their breast prosthesis for the very first time, they take very good care of it. They handle it very gingerly because they're afraid it's going to leak. Hi, I'm Sherry from Twin Sisters Mastectomy Boutique, and that's a real concern. You know, is it going to burst? Is it going to break? Like, how careful do I need to be with it? Well, you know, it's meant to be used every day. It kind of gets squished into the pocket and pulled out of the pocket of your mastectomy bra. It's meant to be used and handled properly. If your dog eats it, that's not good. If you're, you know, being rough with it needlessly, then, you know, it will respond to abuse. But most of the time, you'll never have a problem with your breast prosthesis. But there are occasions when it does, you know, split at the seam or split behind, and that might not be any fault of your own. It might just be wear and tear on the breast prosthesis. They are warranted for 2 years under manufacturer's warranty. But sometimes things happen, right? That's why there's a warranty. And people are like, well, what happens if I'm at work or on vacation or out in public and it springs a leak? Is it just gonna like flood out and ruin my shirt and everyone's gonna notice? Well, I can understand why that would be a huge concern. But in fact, inside, it's almost like a dough. It's actually surgical grade silicone, but it doesn't flow out. It's like almost like Play-Doh, or I don't know. I'll show you a picture. So here you can see that this breast prosthesis is split. It's sticky. The inside is kind of sticky, so that's why it's got some hair stuck to it. But you can see it's not flowing out. Now, if you were to squish it, it would squish out, kind of like pudding, but it's not going to flow. Now, it might mess up your bra, just get like stickiness on the bra inside the pocket, but it's not going to flow out. I'm also going to show you another example in another spot. So you can see here, this is split in the back, and it's quite a big split, and it probably started out smaller and the person ignored it or didn't notice it, and now it's bigger. So again, even that is not going to be flowing out. Now, people are very inventive and smart. So I'll often see people who have a little tear, just put a little piece of tape over it or a little Band-Aid. And that's such a great idea. It just gives a Band-Aid solution to the problem until they can get it fixed. So if you're on vacation or, you know, away for business or something and this happens, you don't have to panic. Nobody's going to notice. Just put that little piece of tape or a little Band-Aid or whatever over it until you can get back and replace your breast prosthesis. Now, I've had some people who completely cover the whole backing in tape. So, you know, we saw those great big splits, and I've had people cover those in tape and masking tape and duct tape and painter's tape, everything you can think of, until their breast prosthesis is more tape than it is breast prosthesis. And I don't know if that's because, you know, it's a cost issue and they can't afford to get a new breast prosthesis, or if it's they just can't be bothered to get around to replacing it. But yeah, as soon as you see a leak, you should come back and replace it, because, you know, eventually it's going to lose its shape. Eventually, all of the filling, the surgical grade silicone, is going to leak out. I've actually seen somebody who had a breast prosthesis that she wore it for many, many years. It didn't have a leak, but it had pretty much liquefied inside because she had worn it for so long. And again, with her particular body chemistry, I've only seen that a few times where it's liquefied inside, but that happened to her. It didn't even look like a breast prosthesis. It would have been better to use, you know, socks, quite frankly, because it was terrible. And she came in and got a new breast prosthesis, and it was like a new woman. So I know costs can be an issue, but there's social services that can step in. There's, you know, different organizations, different cancer organizations that can help and step in. There's options. Talk to your fitter about options. But yeah, they're warranty for 2 years under manufacturer's warranty. So if something happens, you just exchange it. Easy peasy. Let me know if that's happened to you. How far did you let your breast prosthesis go? before you changed it, replaced it? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you soon.